Let's talk quickly about the deck building improvements. Then the Stats Revamp update released on the 13th of January 2021 in Tennis Clash, a sports game published by Wildlife Studios. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Gameplay 365 and to turn on the bell if you like this video. So let's talk first about the deck building improvements. Before the 13th of January update, it was difficult to manage character items to play in matches with a level cap because players were not able to track how every item change impacted their stats in lower levels. And that means that before the 13th of January update, we had to choose a lineup, then go into different tours to see the correct stats once the capping is set on the cards we use in this lineup. For example, we had to go into Tour 4 to see the stats of the lineup for a capping at level 9 on cards, and that's what I just did some seconds ago. And after the update, this problem has gone. We can now simulate the level caps while staying in the lineup tab and freely explore how we should build the best deck for each cap, and that's what I'm doing right now. That's a very convenient feature that has just been released here. Let's talk now about the stats revamp. You may have wondered why are your characters all less agile but have stronger hand stats now. Don't worry, nothing has changed in the gameplay after those stats change. Let me explain. So yes, the stats have been modified. Almost all numbers have changed, but it is not a recalibration in the game. It doesn't mean at all that your characters move more slowly or hit much harder shots now, as you may have seen that already by playing matches in tours after the 13th of January update. This stats revamp only means that the stats calculation has changed a little, but the speed, power and stamina values are still the same. So that would simply mean that a new 60 agility stat is strictly equivalent to the old 76 agility stat, for instance. The 13th of January 2021 update has just changed the way of displaying stats, but all new stats are equivalent to the old stats we had. I have been showing you a comparison between new and old stats for 5 different lineups since dozens of seconds now. So a character with lower agility stats still runs at the same speed than before the update and still hits serves, forehand and backhand shots, lobs, etc. with the same power than before the update. It's just that the new stats are not comparable with the previous ones. You shouldn't just forget the old stats and do with the new ones. The gameplay hasn't changed. So why that change? Well, the publisher wanted players to be able to make more meaningful comparisons between different stats, which was not fully possible in the previous system, mainly because agility numbers were much higher than the other stats in all level caps. So that's why sometimes you will see Kaitos having 101 agility and even 110 if they were using very high level hated threats. So for this reason, the publisher has slightly changed the character or item progression for each stat, so players are better informed about how good their stats are in comparison to each other. So to sum up, this stats change has no effect on gameplay. Even if you observe that your total power has changed, or that your agility stat has decreased, or that your hand stats have increased, if you were previously able to hit the ball with a given power or run with a given speed before the change, well, this power or speed remains exactly the same. So I have started to show you 2 matches played after then before the 13th of January 2021 update. Indeed, I feel no difference at all in terms of serve speed, of agility, of hands power, of stamina consumption. Is exactly the same gameplay. I haven't played only this match to verify the absence of change in terms of gameplay after the update. I have played plenty of other matches, including friendly matches, but have decided to only show those after and before matches using the high serve, big forehand build. So I have been using exactly the same lineup, same cards between the 2 matches, so it was very easy to compare. Even if the 2 opponents weren't using exactly the same build, the same lineup to play versus me, well, what was important was for me to compare actually the gameplay, if it has changed or not after the 13th of January 2021 update compared to how I used to play before this update. And the conclusion is very simple. There's no change. Absolutely no change of whatever. No change. As I said, in terms of serve, agility, hands power, stamina, nothing has changed. Same gameplay. So just ignore the difference of stats and keep putting the new stats in your mind, and that's it. That's very simple. It's like a change of scale. That's all. A change of index. Very simply, like before we were on an index of 100. Now we are on an index of 80. Let's just see things that way. Well, I hope you enjoy watching me explain the deck building improvements, then the stats revamp update released on 13th of January 2021 in Tennis Clash, a sports game published by Wildlife Studios. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Gameplay 365 and to turn on the bell to stay tuned for new videos of Tennis Clash. Thank you a lot for your support and see you soon on Gameplay 365. Bye-bye.